We need to talk. Fallout has these beautiful paths that our characters can take, and roles, if you'll excuse the kind of obvious terminology that each one likes to do. Some characters love the automatic weapons, the machine guns, the baka 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 baka. Some characters, kind of cowboy style, love the revolver, the spin them round, stick them in your holster style kind of weaponry. Some go for the big guns, the minigun that you kind of hold at your waist, you wear your power armor and get chugga all the bullets into the enemies as they come at them. And what's wonderful about all of these different kind of weapons is that there's just a huge amount of variety available. And you can start off with your kind of basic machine gun, and then you can kind of upgrade it, and then you can find later a better version of that kind of machine gun, and you can then kind of upgrade that. And then there's kind of legendary versions that might do cool little things like add kind of explosive bullets or freeze abilities to it. And the same goes for kind of the miniguns. There's different things. Obviously the Fat Man. There's just all this variety down whichever path of attack you wish to choose, but one which is always a little bit neglected in the Fallout games is the melee weapons and the unarmed style, because it's tricky, because obviously the whole principle of being unarmed is that you don't have a weapon. So how do you put lots of variety into unarmed? I mean, and they do some cool things, they give us like kind of power fists and little kind of knuckle dusters, and you kind of work more on having kind of good armor to kind of go with it, and there's a few perks that kind of increase your stopping power. But ultimately, your fist is going to be more or less the same at the beginning of the game as it is kind of towards the end, power fist and stuff notwithstanding. So what I would like to see in Fallout is just a little bit more variety in the unarmed category, especially. Melee, you do actually have, swords and flaming swords and all those kind of things. So no, I take that one back. But unarmed, we need to find something that will crush it, that will burn it, that will wreck it. Something that we can find that we can just wear it. And to do that, we're going to need to mod it. Welcome to Mod It, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I haven't covered many weapon mods in my videos because there's lots of people that do that, and there's probably lots of people that do it better than me. So it has to take one that's a little bit different to catch my eye. It's got to be something nostalgic or something that I kind of think, hey, that's cool. And this is cool. This is Elemental Unarmed by Focus OKC. Came out on the Nexus yesterday, and it is currently it's June. It's definitely June, and it comes with 3 elemental weapons, 2 power fists and 1 knuckles. And don't worry, they're not ridiculously overpowered, although they are powerful. And B, you can't get them very early by fair means. Look away now, because I'm going to show you where they are if you didn't want to discover them. They are over here, which is not a place you're going to be able to get into for the first 10-20 levels unless you're very lucky and very, very skillful. And it's in an expert safe as well, which means you're going to have to get up to a fairly decent level before you're able to get these. Now we've got that out of the way, this is what they are. If I head to my inventory, we have, let's go start from the Inferno Fist. We have the Inferno Fist, a boxing glove that basically is on fire. Critical shots do double damage, and they cause a fiery explosion when we hit our finisher. There's going to be some spectacular fireworks here. You don't really get to see the boxing glove, which is obviously disappointing, but that's not really the issue here. We have the Tesla Fist, which is a kind of power armor action fist, except this time it has a bit of an electric surprise. And we have the Cryo Knuckles, which is basically a knuckle duster that is infused with the power of ice. Now, this is not going to be the world's most ultra-realistic mod. This is not going to be the world's most kind of lore-friendly thing. But it is going to be really, really good fun. And if you're playing a particular character that wants to go to melee and you want to take it to that kind of endgame style setup, then This is awesome! So I've turned on my my spawns to high, and I'm going to fess up here. I've turned the difficulty well down because I want to just have fun with this gun, with this weapon, sorry, and not worry about having to record it over and over and over and over and over and over and over, because let's face it, that's a bit sad. So let's start off with our Inferno Fist. As you can see, we've got 14, 33, and 60. The speed of it is fast, and so you can see this thing will swing around pretty quick. But as you know, those of you that ever play Unarmed, it is not a very easy type to play because there is a delay. You know, I've got to swing before this thing hits me, and it's even harder with ghouls because they kind of dive at you. But as you can see, because of the elemental effects, that you will on some strikes pass the elemental effect on to your victim. As you can see, that ghoul was helpfully there set on fire as I struck. And limbs can be knocked off by it, and obviously you can use it in VATs, and you can use it in normal kind of combat as well. Now each weapon has its own unique finisher as well, and obviously I can't guarantee that these ones will trigger, but I will do my best. Let me just remove this little pesky thing. So if I flip over to the... Let's go to the Cryo Knuckles. You can see we've got 11 and 36, and the speed here is very fast. Now, like I said in the introduction, I am playing...
Time to reel him in.
Oh, here we go. Oh, here comes the Red Scava. Boom! Finisher! Finisher! Come on, that's fun. That is fun. It will freeze anyone else kind of within range, and that includes kind of corpses and other kind of creatures around. It's just too much fun. And you can see when they take different kind of abilities, it kind of slows them down, and it can kind of make them attack less and so on. So each one kind of has a different kind of ability. I actually think it's a slight shame that the mod author has put all three of these weapons in the same location, which I had at the beginning of the video. Because I think it'd be nice to find one of these and then maybe upgrade to another one at a later point. So if I had any suggestions for the mod author, it would be that I'd spread around where you could make them, or perhaps make them craftable. I know the mod author has said this is his first mod, or he or she, this is their first mod focus, and so it's completely understandable that these are more kind of advanced things. But I think the idea of this mod, the concept, is a really good one, so it's worth exploring more in the future. So this is the Tesla Fist, which does 25 and 11. So we shall go and play. Hello, boys. And I'll try to execute a critical here. Now it may have been my imagination, but some of the hits that I have hit, you are stuck in that door. You are not going anywhere. Oh dear. Some of the critical hits and the finishes that I've hit seem to actually damage me as as much as my opponent. So I would like the mod author to just check to see how much damage can get done to me. I don't actually mind taking damage. I think it's actually quite a nice idea, because obviously if there is a massive explosion of electricity, fire, and whatever the frick that is, then I think it probably is realistic that I take a bit of damage. But let's just make sure it isn't going to be the, you know, one of those fights where every single human being ends up dead because the finisher happened to go off and something else is about to explode here because of the elemental effects being quite wide. But you get the idea. Basically, this mod does what you would expect it to. It gives us elemental unarmed weapons of 3 different types based on how you want to do it. And of course, you can combine it with, you know, other mods to, you know, you want to dress up like a kind of big fiery Inferno character. I mean, how well would this go with some of the I've forgotten what they're called, but you know those raiders that wear the kind of the flame patterns and that you found them in the forge? That would be a brilliant combination. And obviously it still works with the existing melee finishes there, as you can see. And I see a victim below me. Hello. And obviously, depending on your difficulty level, will depend on how many strikes each particular person takes. And I am playing on easy here. And I was going to say something else that was important, but I'm just having too much fun hitting people with my big flaming fist. Oh, yeah, I was talking about how different effects might work with different kind of characters and kind of builds. Yeah, so, you know, an electric character would obviously go good with some kind of power armor. And I've just realized that I've still got one of my mods that makes my character do a dance. I don't know how I did that. Is it just this button by itself? Oh, it is! Oh, that's amazing! Oh, he's on fire! He's the Disco Inferno! Well, there you go. I don't think that I could say it any better than that. Thank you, Mitch, for showing us your flaming moves. He's the greatest dancer, and he is quite literally on fire. So if you download and you enjoy Elemental Unarmed by Focus OKC, then do come across and make sure you hit the endorse button and do check if there's any updates to this, and kind of crafting and all those kind of sorts of things. And if you've enjoyed this video, then please do hit the like button. Go and check out my other mod it videos, my build it videos, my role plays, and all of the other things on the channel, because you never have any excuse to watch anyone else ever again. You have been fantastic. And so have I. Goodbye.